Good morning, my dear students. So today we will discuss the relationship between the human capital and economic growth. Already discussed in the last classes the human capital formation, the meaning and the sources of the human capital, and what is the relationship between that human capital and economic growth. In the today's class, human, already you know what is the human capital. Human capital means the persons who have good knowledge, skill and abilities. That is called as a human capital. So it is a direct relationship between the human capital and economic growth. It is a direct relationship between the human capital and economic growth. If the person is have good knowledge, skill and ability, then only that persons can do anything. And it is a direct, as well as it is a direct relationship between the, compared to the uneducated peoples, means illiterate people, literate peoples will earning more than more, means more money. Educated peoples are earning more compared to the uneducated peoples. That is called the human capital. That's why it is a direct relationship between the human capital and economic growth. So human capital means those persons who have good knowledge, skill and abilities. That is called as a human capital. So what is economic growth? Economic growth means it refers to the increasing the real per capita income and national income in a long period of time. Now, what is a long period of time? Already discussed what is the per capita income and what is a national income. So, per capita income means per head of the population or individual income of a person in a country. Per capita income means individual income of a person or per head of the population in a country. Or what is the national income? National income means sum of the total income of all goods and services produced in a country within a year. So, what is the real per capita income and national income? It should be increased a long period of time, and the growth should be possible in all the three sectors of the economy. There are three sectors are there: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. Always studied in the last third chapter. Three sectors are there and three economies are there. Socialist economy, capitalist economy and mixed economy. These three types of economy. Three sectors are there: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. So growth, if wanted to economic growth, the growth should be possible in the three sectors, like primary sector also, secondary sector also and tertiary sector also. So how it will increase the per capita income in a long period of time? You see, per capita income was calculated, formula already discuss, national income upon population. National income upon population. So per capita income is individual income of a person or per head of the population in a country. So what is economic growth? Economic growth means the per capita income and national income should be increased a long period of time. We can't calculate the national income, means country's national income or per capita income, because it is there in the growth. So we take example, one family. Take example, one family, the per capita income is there 10,000. Means this per capita income is equal to 10,000. What is this 10,000? 10,000 is a national income. National income is yearly income. National income is sum of the total income of all goods and services produced in a country within a year. So the particular A person, this A family income is not a country's income. Take example, A family is there and A family's yearly income is there, means national income is 10,000. So 10,000 is there and population is there 5. Means in this A family, how many members are there? 5 members are there. So how to calculate the per capita income? Per capita income is equal to national income upon population. So national income is there, A family 10,000 rupees and population is there 5. It is a 2,000 rupees. It is 2,000 rupees. So what is long period of time? Now economic growth means per capita income and national income should be increased a long period of time. Now how it will be increased the long period of time? I take example, this is there 2020, means this 10,000 example is there 2020. Now in 2021 2021, this should be increased at least 15,000. At least 15,000 in 2021. In 2022, it should be increased 20,000. Again, in the year 2023, it should be increased 25 to 30,000. 25 to 30,000. Again, in 2024, it should be increased 40,000 or 45,000. It is called as a long period of time. Means every year this national income should be increased. Understood? So national income is sum of the total income of all goods and services produced in a country within a year. So in 2021, national income is the 10,000 divided by 5 is 2,000. Means one person is earning 2,000 rupees. But in 2021, this should be increased 15,000. Again, 2022 it was increased 20,000. Again 2023 it was increased 25 to 30,000. Again 2024 it was increased 40 to 45,000. This should be year by year increase. It is goes on increase, that is called as a economic growth. So economic growth means increase the real per capita income or real national income in a long period of time. That is called as a economic growth. And if the growth is possible, then it was a primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. This sector all should be constant. Like take example, primary, secondary, tertiary. Primary sector considered as the agriculture sector, means agriculture and allied activities like primary allied activities which are there, dairy farming, poultry, fishing, horticulture are there. Primary sector means allied activities. Secondary sector means industrial sector or manufacturing sector. Tertiary sector means transportation, communications, school, colleges, hospitals. This was a tertiary sector. So, if wanted to run the economy and if wanted to do the economic growth, this government should be concentrated on three sectors equally: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. Why? We take example. If in the primary sector we are producing the sugarcane. Means if you wanted to sugar, then first we have to produce the sugarcane. Sugarcane you are producing in the agriculture. Okay. Then if you want to sugar, then you have to supply the sugarcane to the sugar industry. That is what is the secondary sector. But how we are supplying to the sugar industry? Then you want tertiary sector, because tertiary sector transportation is there. Means these three sectors are very important. Suppose the primary sector was closed. In this three sector, one sector is closed. Primary sector was closed. Then sugar industry is there, transportation is there, but people means farmers are decide we will not produce the sugarcane this year. Is it possible to run the sugar industry? No. Then now secondary sector was closed. Primary sector is there, tertiary sector is there. Primary sector is started, tertiary sector is started. But secondary sector means industrial sector was totally closed. We are producing the sugarcane in the farm. But sugar industry was totally closed. Where are you selling the sugarcane? It's not possible to sell to the sugarcane industry to the others. So that's why this sector also important. Then tertiary sector. Primary sector is there, secondary sector is there. Primary sector is started, secondary sector is started. Farmers are producing the sugarcane. Sugar industry is there. Farmers are producing the sugarcane. Sugar industry also there. But there is no transportation because tertiary sector was closed. Tertiary sector considered as a transportation, communication, school, colleges and hospitals. Now we are producing the sugarcane and supplying the sugarcane to the sugar industry. But how we are supplying the sugar industry to the sugarcane? How we are supplying the sugarcane to the sugar industry? Because there is no transportation. Because tertiary sector was totally closed. That's why these all three sectors are very important. So if wanted to run the economy in the very well in the constant, then these three sectors are run very well. Means government should be give the concentration of all the three sectors: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector, then growth is possible. So today's class we have discussed the what is the relationship between the economic growth and human capital. So already discussed the human capital and economic growth. It is a direct relationship between human capital means the persons who have good knowledge, skill and abilities, that is called as the human capital, and economic growth means it is a refers to the increasing the real per capita income and national income in a long period of time, and growth should be possible. Government should be concentrate, means give more importance to the all the three sectors: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Primary sector considered as the agricultural sector and allied activities. Secondary sector considered as the industrial or manufacturing sector, and tertiary sector is considered as the transportation, communication, school, colleges and hospitals. Thank you.